shoes at all. I'll give you some a little insight. And there's been no confirmation of this, but they were out there bragging about Asia Wilson's shoe being sold. It's sold out. Well, look, there was rumors they only offered 3,000 of them or something like that. All right. Okay. I mean, those 3,000 sold out, but we're talking about yet another game tonight. She will not play against the Aces. I was crossing my fingers hoping that she was going to actually play in this game. And now I think we got to start looking. I brought up the schedule. We'll look at it. And I think we're starting to head into, is she going to play before the All-Star game territory, which sucks. 13,000. Over 4 times as many. And they sold out in minutes. Isn't that oddly exactly what we see with the television ratings? Right? Any of these other players play, they draw about 400 because that's a little ways off, folks. That's 3 weeks off right now. I'm thinking maybe she sets out against the Sparks, and then 4 days later, maybe she comes back for this sort of gauntlet. Because starting July 9th, they got the Valkyrie, 11th on the Dream, third primary color being navy blue with touches of red, orange, and yellow throughout. Clark just received 1.2 million votes for the All-Star game, shattering her own record from last year. And it goes on into the ratings and her being hurt right now. 13th, the Wings and the Sun on the 15th, the Liberty on the 16th, and then the All-Star game is here. So let's see. If they let her set out till the 9th, she'd have 6 more days of rest. And if that's what she needs, then she needs to set out. But it's still freaking sucks. 450,000 views, 500,000 views. Caitlin Clark plays. She draws 2 million. 4 times as many. It's funny how math works out sometimes. Tell me what you think. $642 pair, my size, 480 bones. I don't know about bucks, to be honest. The Indiana Fever, the newly minted 2025 Commissioner's Cup champions, return home to Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis on Thursday, July 3rd, to face off against the Las Vegas Aces without Caitlin Clark. And I know for a lot of us, hey, that feels like we want to see. That's my size. Interesting. Anyway, so $642. The Kobe 5 Protro PE is decked out in Clark's Indiana Fever's colors with primarily the battle of the superstars, right? We want to see Caitlin Clark against Asia Wilson. That's just, I mean, when you have a sports league, you can't wait for those big, huge matchups. Back in the day, Brady, Manning, I mean, it's across all sports, right? So this sucks. It really is. That kick screw right here. There they are. Wow. You can buy them on Afterpay. I mean, yikes. $642? Seriously? And that is a size 12. And there's a 10, a men's 10 at 480. This is what she said, quote, "I'm doing everything I can to put myself in a position to play the next game every single time," Clark said on June 29th. Now, I have to admit, this was funny. Correlation put this out. Caitlin Clark, parentheses, still drunk, ruled out for Thursday. Of course, after the shoe deal with Nike, reportedly worth $28 million, the brand signed her in 2022. The shoes went up for sale on Monday morning at $190 a pop. Now most are going for well over $350, with one pair even costing $642. Let's just see. Can we see where that celebration from the Lynx victory the Fever had, the Lynx losing to the Fever and them getting a victory. And of course, the celebration. Steve MD, I hope he's wrong. Her season is over. She needs surgery. They're just using her for viewership in attendance. Absolutely crazy. So check this out. It was rumored that 13,000 pairs of Caitlin Clark's new Nike basketball sneakers were being sold on June 30th, and they were gone before people could even add them to their cart. A Nike rep told Fox Business that the Kobe Bryant-themed sneakers were out of stock in, quote, minutes. Clark last year signed an 8-year, my humble opinion. I hope you're wrong. I hope you're wrong. I mean, seriously, that would suck. But again, right here, I mean, if you leave her out today and then leave her out against the Sparks, you've got a 4-day window after that where she could come back against the Valkyries, and then that's quick. They want to get her out there. They want to see. We almost saw a 4 million viewership number for the All-Star game last year. I think they hit it this year. If she plays, if she's healthy. So we know the new Caitlin Clark Nike shoes came out, and they sold out. But some of these prices are crazy. Every other day gauntlet. In fact, there's a back-to-back on the 15th and the 16th, right before that All-Star break, which is in Indianapolis. So, and look, you can believe one thing. The league is going to want her to be a full go participant in anything they can get her in for the All-Star.